Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Just keep swimming. We're gonna get your biggest issue right now. So a message from Spirit. What is it that is really bothering you? And just, take a moment and just let it sit with you. What is it? Is it a relationship? Is it money? Is it your kids? Is it your childhood? Is it a death that you've been through? What is your biggest issue right now? Because, it's sitting right there in the center of your heart. And this message is going to be from Spirit. Spirit, please help us to receive this in wisdom. Give us guidance. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Cups, emotional withdrawal. So Spirit says, hey, have you gotten some time out on this? Have you had some time by yourself to just feel this and sit with this? And really talk to Spirit. To ask questions and get answers in return. Sometimes we do a lot of chatter, a lot of talking. We don't do very well just listening to what Spirit's trying to tell us. Spirit wants you to take some time out to just withdraw from work, from love, from kids, from worries, from all your responsibilities. And set Spirit as a priority. Make time to just talk and listen. Because Spirit is walking this journey with you. This picture is reminding me of that poem, Footprints. I don't know if all of you have heard that poem, but probably most of you have. And in Footprints, there was somebody that was really upset looking back at all the footprints in the sand. And they said, look at me going through the hardest times of my life, alone. You left me. At first I saw 2 sets of footprints and we were together. And then I went through the hardest time of my life. And you abandoned me. You left me. And I had to walk alone. And it's been hurting me so much. And then Spirit says, no. Correction. The reason you see a single pair of footprints in the sand is not because I left you. It's because I carried you. I picked you up and I carried you through the most difficult seasons of your life. Which means when you guys come to the end of your rope, where you can't handle it anymore, where you feel like giving up, throwing in the towel, you feel helpless and out of control. When you sit there and you have your meltdown or your freak out, and then in an hour or maybe the next day you feel like you've got a hold of yourself again, you're okay, that's Spirit holding you, giving you peace to sleep, giving you strength to get through the day, giving you courage, giving you anything you need to make through this terrible tragedy or this very difficult time that you're dealing with. And you may think you're alone, but you're not. So Spirit really wants you to know that. And also, have you moved on? the most difficult problem in your life. And look how these cards go together perfectly. Eight of Cups is moving on and leaving emotionally, leaving something and someone behind. And moving on is very much the same energy, which is Six of Swords. So we got Eight of Cups and Six of Swords, both of which talk about leaving. Whatever the biggest problem is in your life, Spirit says the train hit, the tornado touched down, the tower fell. It was a tragedy when it happened. Have you moved on since then? That tower was only supposed to last ever so long. It wasn't supposed to be a permanent suffering. It was like it came, it hit, it took things out, and now that's it. We need to move on. And so Spirit feels like you have not moved on from whatever situation is the most pressing in your life. And be that the death of someone, the breakup with someone, the betrayal of someone, the loss of something. We need to move on. There was something you once wanted, Eight of Cups, and it made you really happy, and you really wanted it, and it meant a lot to you. But that time has come and passed. We need to let that go. So Spirit says, this card represents moving away, withdrawing from a current situation, whether it's an old love, a relationship, or leaving behind what once was familiar. You need to go and look for a new beginning. On a physical level, it's easy to get caught up in the material world. Spirit knows that. You have a job. You have to sleep. You have to eat. But it's just as important to retreat from your material world, to enable some time to meditate, reflect, and pause, and heal. Schedule some time to heal. You can't just keep running through the rat race. You need to commune with your soul and speak with Spirit so you can restore your energy levels back to normal, giving you vitality to move forward in a positive direction. The number 8 represents infinity, passion, control, and power. This is your time. So you need to use this opportunity to tap into your heart and your soul in order to find courage and strength to continue in this new life after your tragedy, after your tower. In the Six of Swords, the moving on, Spirit says you're about to move. Maybe it's metaphorical, maybe you're just going to move on, but you're about to move. You're going on a much-needed journey to leave the past behind you. This card is here to let you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And it signifies that it's sad to leave something behind. So much that you fought for. But right now, as you know, it's too difficult. It's not right. It's tumultuous waters. It's difficult. It's painful. And it's a cycle in your life that needs to end. It's fighting to end. You just have to let it go. You have to let go of the shore to go off into the horizon. In the traditional tarot card, it also implies traveling or going forward, involving crossing water in some sense, just getting over emotions, or literally going near water, moving abroad. Either way, this card always signifies calmer waters are ahead, and with all the lessons you've already learned in your past, you're finally approaching a period of having grown, and you're so much stronger now for it. The healing process is underway. Now you can set your goals and your desires to go towards a more successful future. Because you already know where you've been, you'd like to stay. But now it's time to take a leap of faith, to jump into the unknown. This is scary, but the water says this is the right conditions and the right time to introduce new people into your life, new experiences, new places, and a new you. And it's for your best and highest good. So what does Spirit want to give you now that you guys are moving away from this? Because Spirit's like, you're moving away, okay? You're getting away from something that you just didn't want to leave, but it's time. But remember, there's a silver lining, right? There's light at the end of the tunnel. So what is it he wants to give you? Spirit, what do you want to give? What is your gift to the collective? What is your gift? What is your gift? What is your gift? Oops, sorry. The card that comes out is the Page of Cups with the Chariot. All watery. And again, the Chariot is like, we get to move. You might literally be gifted the chance to move away, somewhere where you've always wanted to move. You might be gifted a new vehicle, a new car. You might be gifted a new house. Okay? Because here it says movement or a movement of residence. Yeah, so you could literally be moving to a new home, a journey, and silver lining, victory over a situation or problem, and balancing the opposite polarities. So you get victory over your problem, that whatever's weighing you down, you get to overcome it. You get to win. You get justice. This is a good card, especially when I'm asking, what is your biggest problem? Because I don't know what it is. Only you know while you're watching. But you get victory over it. That's the silver lining. You get to overcome your problem. And then you get a new beginning, Page of Cups. A young woman up to 25 years old and basic good news. So a young woman could help you, someone that's younger than 25. But it's also, this could be an apology. It's communication. It's a more loving way of communication, someone that communicates with you in a loving way, somebody that wants to give you good, loving, happy, warm news, a blessing, a gift, could be a baby. It's just happiness in a cup. You know, if happiness was in a cup, it would be in the Page of Cups. And there's a little fish floundering around in there. And he's like, look, I got a fish for you. I got a surprise. I have abundance. I have good news. I have happiness. I have joy. I have love. There could also be a new relationship with a Cancerian, perhaps a Pisces or Scorpio, coming out there in the future. Someone offering you a new happy relationship. So yeah, there's a silver lining after you leave the shore. What else does Spirit want to tell you? Spirit, what is the message for the viewer about their significant problem, their big issue? You want to give them a gift. You want to give them something that feels good, makes them happy. You want to give something emotional and sweet, something that makes their heart feel good and healed. You want to give them this awakening. That's a gift, you know. You want to give them a gift to overcome their problem. That's great. You're going to give them what they need. But what is an additional message that you can give the collective, please, about their difficult situation? Any kind of advice that you could give that could help them cope through this time? Because it is difficult. So Spirit says, tune into your heart light. Turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in the moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. So when you guys are going through crying, heartaches, you guys are having a really hard time with whatever this big problem is in your life, Spirit says, whenever it feels like it can't get any worse and life just suckses, I want you to stop thinking about unhelpful, negative thoughts. I want you to stop making yourself suffer again and again over the past. And I want you to remember on purpose a time when you were chosen and loved and held and kissed and appreciated, a time when the relationship was good, a time when life was happy, a time when you were laughing with joy and maybe couldn't stop. I really want you to remember what that feels like and meditate and resonate on that. So there's some advice. Turn on your heart light. Practice compassion. See things from a different perspective, a positive perspective. So what else does Spirit want you to know about your problem? So you have nothing's holding you back. 81, soaring. You're free now, 8 of Cups. You don't have to be stuck in your problem. We have achievement. All that effort finally paid off. See, you're going to have that victory, that chariot. Spirit's like, you're going to have your victory. I don't know why you're sitting here crying. All that hard work you It's going to pay off. I don't know why you think you're just going to suffer forever. You're free from this problem. You don't need to stay with it. It's time to soar. It's time to move on. It's time to leave your problems behind. I feel like your biggest issue, if you're watching this, is you kind of just stay stuck thinking and overthinking about the problem. Maybe you have $10,000 in debt. And you're like, I can't just move on from that. Maybe not, but you can move on from feeling what you felt when you just found out you had $10,000 in debt. Like, move on from that moment. Sometimes you can get stuck in that moment. Move on from it. Try to find solutions by being happy, being creative, writing books, doing other things to get money. Who knows? That could be paid off in a flash. But don't stay stuck focused on it. That's just an example. Perhaps you and your person had a fight. And maybe it was a really bad fight. Maybe it needed to happen. Spirit says, don't harp and stay focused on that fight. It happened, last week or last month or last year. It's like whatever happened, it already happened. You're not in that fight anymore. Maybe you're dealing with a breakup or a divorce or a separation. But you're still stuck into that moment where you guys were fighting, when really it's time to move on to the next chapter, which is we're evolving. We're becoming someone else. We are someone else. Feel that energy, but let it move through you and then let it go. Perhaps your kids told you something terrible, bad news perhaps, and you got really angry. And you've not been able to get over it because they still do it or they still have a problem. You're like, I can't just move on. No, but you can move on from the disappointment that they're not who they once were. You can move on from that and just accept who they are now and love them for who they are now. Counseling for her grief. One thing he said in there, and this was about death, and he's like, in the loss of somebody. That they're gone. That means, he's like, you could stay stuck in that for a long time, for months, for years. That counselor was like, people can get stuck in their grief for long amounts of time. And it never changes. They could just be suffering. But the people that want help and they don't want to be in severe depression, that's a whole different thing. And when I was in that counseling meeting, and it wasn't for me, it was for my grandma, but he was like, there's a very big difference between grief and severe depression. Depression is a lack of acceptance, and time stops. When people are depressed, time stops. They just can't get out of an energy. They're stuck in it, and it sits with them very, very heavy, very thick. And nothing moves. That's depression. Nothing moves. But grief, he's like, that moves. There's processes to grief. It's the shock, it's the anger, it's the sadness, it's the denial, and it moves into acceptance. So grief takes a process. He's like, so believe me, when you're suffering the way you are for many, many years, which she was, her biggest problem, is death. And he's just like, I'm not saying you can't grieve your loved ones. You can grieve them. He's like, but what I'm telling you is you cannot stay stuck in depression. And that's her biggest problem. You have to move from that. And Spirit's telling you, maybe you don't have a death to deal with, but Spirit's telling you, your biggest issue here is moving on from something. And I'm here to tell you from my experience, that is from a lack of acceptance. Have you really accepted what's happened? And whatever this problem is, accept it. And then you're able to move on. But if you feel like you're stuck, you haven't been able to do this, and that's your biggest problem, well, this message is for you. But once you do decide to grieve and process and move through this, we can get on the chariot, we can start moving again. And we can achieve good things, and good things are going to happen to us. And the Page of Cups is going to come, and life's not going to be miserable. It's going to be good again. And the Page of Cups is there's life after death. There is a smile after the cry. There is the dawn after the night, and believe me, there is light at the end of your dark tunnel. There is something good out of this. It's not all bad, and you're not stuck in the bad. There's something good. So, Spirit's saying the choice is yours. Nothing's holding you back now. You can move. You can move out of this state, or you can move on from this person, or you can move out of this state, but it's about what you choose to focus on. So let yourself grieve and heal, but let's go ahead and start moving on from this situation. So that's a message from Spirit. What is about to come towards you next with this achievement? What's coming up for you? Spirit, what's coming up? Let's maybe get 3. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we have refreshing. All right, thank you, Spirit. So something refreshing is going to happen, something good. I think that's that Page of Cups. So yay, the lilacs are going to be blooming. There's somebody relaxing and reading a book, drinking tea. I think for one, you're going to start reading more books. So if this is for you, maybe start a book club. Maybe just start purchasing and buying your own books and just doing books. But I think books are going to be a bigger part of your life for the next bit of energy for a little while. Books are going to get you away from technology, social media, TV, friends. I think you might take some time out for yourself and really just start reading. And that's very therapeutic. So Spirit's like it's going to be very refreshing to start reading again. Maybe you've wanted to pick up reading again. And then we have, life renewed. Those two go together really good. So it's a refreshing life renewed. Yay. Life is abundant. The caterpillar goes through the cycle. Yes, it was born, it changed. Now it's in a cocoon. It's dying again and being reborn. Transformation. Oh, next we have mending bridges. So you might get to mend bridges with some old friends, old family members. I really feel you might be getting in touch with old friends. Friends you haven't seen in years. So you might go out for coffee or tea or a hangout, but you might just get together. Reminisce. That's really good. You might also mend relationships in your life that have been damaged, maybe through depression or loss. Maybe you just lost touch, but I see that you're finally going to mend those bridges. And poor relationships that have been on the rocks, or relationships in your life that have just been, just not good, just really not good. It looks like you guys are finally going to get to 6 of Swords it. Leave bad times for good. forgive each other, mend bridges, you know? Come back to a place of harmony. And next we have the talk. So you're going to be having a talk with spirit, a talk with yourself, perhaps a talk with someone that you need to have that big talk with. You might just be doing a lot of talking with a lot of people, maybe even a therapist. But it's all for the better. And talking helps solve problems. And so I think if you've been waiting to have a talk with someone, clear the air, make peace, mend a bridge, Spirit says that's coming up. It's a great time of healing. A big time of abundance for you. Spirit's working with you. You're not alone. Remember that. Just because there's one set of footprints doesn't mean you're walking alone. He's carrying you. So through your hardest times, just remember you're not alone. It may feel like that, but you're not. And you're deeply, deeply loved by Spirit. I look at his shadow as the light shining on him, and it's like an aura. You've got blue, green, purple, pink, yellow, beautiful little rainbow light of his shadow. So I like that, and I just feel like you're moving through layers. You're uncovering layers in yourself, and you're diving deep into yourself, and you're doing a lot of deep healing, and you're doing the work, you know, and you're healing your chakras, you're opening them, and you're seeing things now, and you're changing, and all this work, right? It's all going to pay off, you know, with the achievements. And it's like, look how far you've come. All this work finally pays off, you know, 8 of Cups. It's like, let's go ahead and do it. Let's leave this behind. Let's get in this chariot and let's go. You know, all things are not lost. You're looking back at what feels like a waste, but it's not. You know, I know you're frustrated, but there's more to this life than what you've been looking at, staring at, and focusing on. Let's get away from that. 3 of Pentacles. Let's work with other people. Let's hire people to help us. Let's just be more movable with our energy, more fluid. Improvements are underway. You know, there may be some delays around it, but they're on their way. And this is about renowned glory and a place of worship. So you might even be going to church, you know, finding your faith again. A lot of you guys might be feeling like, yep, that's me. I'm finding my faith. Maybe it's not at church. Maybe it's just at your own altar. Maybe it's just in nature. But you're finding your faith. You're finding your faith again after this big loss or this big suffering. And Spirit knows it. And Spirit's like, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm always with you. Even when you're alone, I'm with you. And Spirit's like, you know, I know about your hard times. It's not that I'm oblivious or I'm ignoring you. I know this is one of the hardest times in your life, but I'm with you. And if I'm with you, who can be against you? Let's do this. Let's get through it together. Let's go out on the other side. Spirit does not want you to be stuck anymore with what's been weighing you down. It came, it hurt you, and it's over. Let's move on. Let's go to the next step in life. Let's not stay stuck. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you go. That is a message from Spirit. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope you like and subscribe. If you're looking for something intimate and personal with me, you want to meet me, please schedule with me down below in the description box. www.jks1111.com. And please think about subscribing to my ultimate subscription. There's a lot of free readings included and a lot of 50% savings on everything else. So it's worth it to be an ultimate subscriber if you like to get readings for yourself often. And you know what's free? Just hit that like button, Subscribe to my channel, and I hope I see you again. Thank you so much for watching me. If this reading helped you out in any way, please let us know in the comments with a heart or a thank you or just a thumbs up. And remember, like I always say, this is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming. You're doing a good job. And I love you. And I hope I see you in the next video. Good night, everybody, and good morning to some of you, and good day to the rest. I love you so much. Bye, Andrea. So good to see you. Bye, Dojacel. Thank you, Markers. Deepesh, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And Stephen Butler, thank you for being here. Sweet, thank you so much. I'm wishing you a good and wonderful, beautiful day. You guys are awesome. Have a great night and a good day wherever you guys are from. I love you. Sleep with the angels. And may you all be protected today. Bye, Witchy Sabrina. Good night, and I love you. Bye, Kaz Kaz. I love you too. All right, bye, guys.